What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm Antonio Perez, joined as always by Danny Cole. We are missing Chris once again. We lined up bad with his physical therapy session, but he will be back next week. I can confirm that, and this is our only episode of the week. Obviously, not taking time away from my family to deal with Danny Cole, of course.
Just forgot to say it one more time.
He is family. I'll probably see him at some point that day anyway. But yeah, today we'll be previewing the Thursday technically Thursday, but Thanksgiving Day slate and the Black Friday slate, and then after that we'll be going over what we think each team is thankful for. Yes, from the Jets all the way up into the Rams, every team has something to be thankful for, and we'll figure that out later. But of course, before we start, make sure we subscribe to the channel. Audio listeners, leave a 5-star review. Danny, I mean, what else could be? What else could be the summit this week?
Summit finished first marathon in sub 4 hours. That has to be the plummet has to be related. Make sure you get a pedicure next time you do a marathon. My toes are cooked.
Really? Get a little mani pedi.
I'm gonna lose 2 toenails on my right foot and 1 toenail on my left foot.
Well, that's good to know.
Like you know the crazy. You don't feel the pain of the toes when you're running. You only feel your calf pain and your quad pain.
Do you make friends along the way? Like, did you have a running partner, or is it kind of ran with someone for a bit, locked in on your own for a bit?
You find people to pace you and just run with them a little bit. But you can get so dialed in, you just get so dialed in for a minute.
At any point, do you just get on autopilot? Like you just forget you're running?
Yeah,
does running
kind
become
of.
walking?
In the middle miles, yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe 11 through 18 or something. Nah, 18 probably you hurting, but
miles 14 through 16 were the worst.
Which ones?
So you come off of a downhill and you climb back up a hill, and you take into Fairmount Park and you do a loop. You the loop doesn't make sense. You just run around this mile loop around a soccer field, like a park in Fairmount Park, and it doesn't make any sense why this loop is even there. But you come back down and you go onto Kelly Drive. I was never more thankful to see Kelly Drive. Let's just say that I was never more thankful to see that place. I was like, all right, we had 10 miles left. That's also a weird feeling. You're like, oh, I have 10 miles left. Thank God. Oh, what?
Yeah, nah. That's I mean, look, so benching 225 is what top, what they say, 5%, 1%, whatever. I don't even want to know what marathon runners are. Top 0.0. Google that for me real quick if you could. That's crazy, man. You did something truly insane.
Fewer than 1% of people run a marathon under 4. How about under 4 hours?
Yeah, that's another one.
So 43% of runners finish under 4 hours in their entire career. So
wow. Johnny was 20 seconds away from being sub 3:30.
Yeah, and
that's got to be brutal. You got to think, what if I just gave it a little bit more in the middle miles, but then you maybe don't have the juice to even finish. So
he technically is sub 3:30 if we're gonna be honest. The course was actually 26.5 miles.
What? Bro, what? They had you run an extra 0.3.
Yeah, so
can they adjust y'all times? That ain't right.
I was talking to Logan. They moved the start line back from the previous years.
They shouldn't be able to adjust y'all times, though, I think. Because there's people walking out of there that's sub 3:30, and then they're not rightfully getting it.
There's a chip time, and there's the watch time that you can get on your Strava. But so I was talking to someone at work. They said, if you want a PR, what you should do is go run in Vegas. It's all downhill. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, and then you got to think about how you said, if you're bobbing and weaving, there's a potential you're also running more than you are.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Like in the
stopping
beginning,
to see friends and family, you're bobbing and weaving,
I
getting
was
around
literally just
people.
like,
Yeah, just bobbing and weaving. You probably ran a marathon about a, half mile before you even did. So,
I ran a marathon like Kadarius Toney. It's like I just ran 100 yards to go 5 yards upfield.
yeah, it's not DeAndre Swift, baby. But we're overly proud of you. That is just insane. That's unbelievably insane. Good performance by
Also,
Danny Cole.
I almost tried running it. I tried playing in the game on Monday. So
For what? Back in Blood?
yeah, I almost tried playing it, and I was like, no, there's no shot.
Yeah. Are you on the roster?
Oh yeah, I'm on the roster. I'm on the team.
Oh, okay. I know, because Ant wanted to. So Ant was there. Joe was like, Ant, we're not gonna let him play quarterback. That's cheating. He can either play DB or we can just put him on video. Dame was thinking about it. I said, me personally, y'all can put him at quarterback. I don't care, because I'm not gonna duck that.
Yeah,
It's not ideal, but I'm not ducking that though. And I'm also not ducking him at DB. But I got to the point where he was kind of all over the place, so he just ended up doing video. Um, yeah, Summit flag season's back. We went 1-1 on our first two games. Defense is overly locked in. We allowed a total of 13 points over the course of two games. I take
you
responsibility
lost one.
for
And
one
you
of those
allowed
touchdowns.
13 points.
Through two
Oh, pick
games,
six, pick
we
six,
only
pick six,
allowed
pick six.
13.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
they
that.
allowed a pick six. That don't count. We pitched a shutout, bro. Yeah, a pick six and a safety. That's how that first team scored on us. They're no good. They're no good. I'm only worried about Back in Blood and Top Flight. But yeah, no, that was extremely fun.
I
Obviously,
will
I
say,
let up a big touchdown, but as long as I'm
is the
reading my keys,
game
we'll be good.
because it's a smaller field and indoors? Is the game like play different than outside?
It caters defense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It caters defense.
I played soccer there growing up, and so I know exactly how that field is.
Yeah, we had Delco Elite tryouts there. We had indoor practices there and whatnot. Yeah, nah. Um, if you got turf shoes, Joe recommends turf shoes. Cleats were a problem. Cleats were a problem. You really got to dig your heels in. But um, yeah, it was absolutely a blast. Didn't like losing that second one. Kind of haunted me. You know, let up the touchdown that probably could have ended up winning us the game. But yeah, we'll take the week. We bounce back, and it's good to have it back. I don't even have a summit this or a plummet this week. Even my car is almost in prime condition to come back. My
The
dad's put
Plum is
in
going to be
major work.
waking up tomorrow morning for flag football.
No, I'm boy. It's good. The plummet's gonna be falling asleep. I'm like a kid on Christmas Eve. Come on, man. I love playing football with all the fellas, man. That's what it's all about. Uh, but speaking of football, on Thanksgiving, I have to change this whole thing real quick. What are we headed into? Week
Yeah, we'll
13?
start with one of the
Oh, thanks, Adam
craziest
Schefter.
games.
Yeah, let's start with the Thanksgiving game though. The Thanksgiving games. Apologies. Um, Lions
Yeah,
Packers.
no.
It does not get more Thanksgiving than that.
How about a team? Now here's a team.
Yeah,
Now here's a guy. Now
now
here's a
here are
team.
some teams.
Uh, look, Detroit's coming in. When they look good, they have one of the most profound offenses in the league, and then when they look bad, they just don't like. Amon Ross getting 15 yards a game. The thing about Detroit, like they are fooling around with the Giants. They lost to the Eagles. They just lost to the Vikings. Losing to the Vikings is bad. Like at this point of at this point in time, losing to the Vikings is not good.
Lost to
So
9. Not just the Vikings. They lost to 9. Yeah, nah, that's not acceptable.
they haven't found any consistency. But when they do win, they've been winning big, which is weird. Um, so yeah, I think it's and the Packers on the other hand, like kind of similar to the same beast. They've struggled with teams. They've lost to the Browns and Panthers this year. They've also played around with the Giants. So I think this game is like a team evenly matched, but the Packers had round one, in a defensive battle. It's all about what Jordan Love do you get and what receivers show up for the Packers, and we shall see. Because as of late, Jordan Love's been more so 9 himself. He's not number 9 right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm just trying to go through the last couple games, looking at what the Packers is letting up on the ground. They let up 142 rushing yards to the Giants. The Giants have sneaky one of the best running attacks in the game, whether it's was Scatabo or Tracy. Against Philly, well, Philly surprisingly still at 111 rushing yards on them. My point is that Jahmyr Gibbs is on an absolute tear, and I think that's going to be the difference maker in this game between Green Bay and Detroit. I don't think these teams nearly reflect what they were on week one. I was, you know, it was good to see the Packers come out, start hot, and then maybe we were considered, are the Lions not the same team? But I don't think they've really lost a beat going from the play calling of Johnson to Moe to Campbell. And honestly, I think their real cheat code is just getting Jahmyr Gibbs in space. He's one of the most untackleable beings on the planet.
Yeah, he's very fast.
Yeah. Jameson
I will
Williams
say
had no catches last week. That
last
won't slide
time.
against Green Bay, but it shows they're starting to find ways to win.
I mean, last time Green Bay played the Lions, Gibbs had 10 catches for 30 yards, 9 carries for 19 yards. You can't average 3 yards a catch and 2 yards a rush.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I still think that was a period. I would say if you have that box score up, can you tell me what Montgomery got that game carries wise?
11 carries for 25
No way.
yards. He
Yeah,
also
that can't happen again. The running game overall was not good that game, but I think we're getting to the point where they're still Sonic and Knuckles, but one of them's becoming supersonic. So he's gonna have to just get a little bit more, and by a little
one
bit
of
I mean a
them's
lot
becoming
more.
Robin.
Yeah, we're Batman and Robin. We're like with the Eagles, where Tank Bigsby is Batman and Saquon's Robin. It has to be kind of like that. Um,
Sometimes Batman must turn his mask in.
Yes, something leave the justice fighting before the justice fighting leaves you. But yeah, I think if they, while this isn't an air raid offense, and that you want to get the ball to Amon-Ra and JMO in space, Jahmyr Gibbs is as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than anybody in the league in open space. Fast, quick. He doesn't have acceleration. He just doesn't lose speed on cuts. Like he's in and out as if nothing ever happened. So that's why I think I'm going to lean Lions in this one. And with the shake, I don't even want to say shakiness because, I mean, Love's turned the ball over. Or he's only thrown 3 picks on the year. So it's not like he's overly dangerous with the football. But looking at these last couple games, 139 passing yards in a win against Minnesota. Not that he had to do too much, but it wasn't his greatest game, you know. 174 against
know
New York, 176 against Philly. It's been a
what
little
I've
bit since he
seen?
gave me like one of those real good performances.
Jordan Love is almost taking the same path as Hurts in the fact that he's almost overly cautious. Hurts is like some people are like, oh, Hurts only has 1 interception on the year, and it was that long pick against the Giants. He has to be playing perfect. Like you can't just box score watch because like obviously Hurts could be doing better, but like I think Hurts is playing a lot better than Jordan Love this year, and I'm not making a case of that. More so the fact that like maybe it's a little bit of the play calling, cautiousness. Maybe it's the quarterback just being told to not take deep shots as much.
Well, I mean, against Carolina, he obviously has the one really bad pick, and then he throws all the way across his body, which is a 4th down. You kind of you got to do what you can, but it's just
Yeah,
like
how could
still not a smart throw, man. Like,
yeah,
so
that was just
I hear
him
you.
last
I hear you.
effort
He could be
ditch.
getting
It's
to
like
himself.
yeah,
However, Green Bay in these last 3 games, with him being overly conservative, they're 2-1. That one loss being to Philadelphia. So And that loss I wouldn't even put on him necessarily. I came on here and expressed my feelings for Matt LaFleur in that game. I thought he was horrible. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be the I want to say this is going to be the slate of the Thursday of Thanksgiving, but KC and Dallas is going to be, I think, just as good. You have two teams, to know the way to put it, desperate. Dallas is riding all sorts of highs coming off that 21-point win against the, or 21-point comeback against the Eagles. Their offense and defense was rocking basically that entire second half. Then you have Kansas City, who was down, I believe they were down, what, 20 to, yeah, they were down 20-9, I believe.
They're down
In,
26, I believe.
was it 20-6? No, 20-9. It was 20-9. Because that was the score heading into the fourth quarter, and
Oh, yeah,
Kansas
yeah.
City
It
just
was
came
14-9. Yeah.
storming back, scored 11 in the fourth quarter. They got the touchdown with the 2-point conversion. Mahomes drove down. They almost won the game. Took a sack. No one got open, and they just took it to overtime. But they practically limited. It's, like we said with the Steelers with Jonathan Taylor, it's just like you're never going to stop. But if you can limit him to an extent, which requires you selling out and really taking care of things on the back end, it's risky. But if you can pull it off, then you got something
Yo,
going.
what if I said Daniel Jones isn't a bad quarterback overall? Like, he was overhyped as but whatever version of him that Steichen has him doing is real. I think it's real.
Yeah. He's definitely bringing out all the capabilities of Daniel Jones. I do want to mention something for Jonathan Taylor. Through the first three quarters, he had 13 carries. Last fourth quarter overtime, 3 carries for 2 yards. And I
This
know the
feels
run
like
game wasn't necessarily
malpractice.
going, but man, that's just tough to see. As for Daniel Jones, wasn't necessarily lights. I mean, he was pretty good for the whole game, but then that fourth quarter, 2 for 8, and you can kind of see it on the film too. He was kind of unraveling a little bit after that hot start. Uh, and then as for Mahomes, you know, no, he didn't put up any touchdowns, but you'd be damned if you weren't watching a good game from him. But back to Chiefs Cowboys.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. We looked at this game a while back and said it's going to be two desperate teams fighting for a playoff spot. And it is. Damn good Lord, if the Chiefs didn't need this win much more, damn good Lord, the Cowboys need it bad if they're going to try to make the playoffs because they're not winning the division.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
It's Kansas City's 3 points favorites going into Dallas, and for good reason. But this Cowboys team, if there's one thing we've learned, is they can light it up with the rest of anybody. CeeDee Lamb had 3 or 4 drops against the Eagles, and they still put up 24 points in 33 minutes of football.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, their defense was, as much as the Eagles' run game has not found success this year anyway, they did an especially good job against Saquon Barkley. They had Landon Dickerson saying, "Well, they were giving us fronts we've never seen before, at least against them." And you got to adjust. You got to adjust as
Yes.
much as it may be Philly's fault or whatever. But Dallas really clamped down on that, and then offensively, until CeeDee Lamb fixes that drop problem, I mean, I have all the confidence in the world as George Pickens as a wide receiver 1. He has been absolutely one of the 5 best receivers in the league so far this year. He's absolutely going to crack an all-pro team.
Yeah, he's going to get a bag, and it's probably not going to be from the Cowboys.
It's going to be from the Steelers. Imagine.
Buffalo Bills.
Hey. Now, if Josh Allen couldn't deal with Stephon Diggs, imagine what he's going to have to go through with George Pickens.
Yeah, I feel like Dak is low-key the perfect match for him.
Yeah, because Dak's one of the best leaders in the NFL. Like,
he's like,
if he was playing on any other team, he'd be treated like Matt Stafford right now.
He's like a dad, bro. He's like a 33-year-old, 32-year-old.
Yeah, that's
Just
what I'm saying.
chill,
Like,
dude.
if he, you swap him and Stafford spots right now, Stafford would be getting all the memes, even though he's great, and then you get Prescott saying like, "Oh man, vintage Prescott, he MVP candidate and whatnot." Obviously, not
I feel
exactly
it's
this
so
year, but
strange, but that star, it follows people around, and you can't shake it because, like, Romo low key was the same way.
yeah, I mean, Romo was great. Romo has a higher career passer rating than Drew Brees. I'm pretty sure. Not saying he's better than Drew Brees, and that's very
He's
cherry
not,
picked.
yeah, but
But here's the thing. But it's like how many deckhead Cowboys quarterbacks have not finished their career with Dallas? Where else have they gone to play somewhere else? You know, the guys are
it
royalty. And shout out to
it's
Dak to
it
becoming the all-time leading passer. That's Dak has 32,000 passing yards.
yeah, man, he's gonna be a Hall of
That
Famer
started
probably.
like 2 days ago, bro. That's what it feels
He could
like.
he's probably gonna be a Hall of Famer.
The counting stats will back him up for sure. It's going to be like a
Dude,
Rivers argument, I think.
yeah, it will be, and, like, I think he's gonna play, like, I think he's gonna crack 50,000 yards.
Give me your quick thoughts on something before we get back to this game. Chargers Twitter, like their social media, is like they have three guys who are eligible for the Hall of Fame. I think it's Sean Alexander, Drew Brees, and Philip Rivers. Saints fans are in a crunch because they're like, "Don't you can't claim Drew Brees." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, dude, this isn't college, man. They drafted him. He was going to
Yeah.
be their guy. He made a Pro Bowl with the team. He led them to the playoffs before. Like this isn't
Yeah,
college. Yeah, Drew
that's
himself is
fair.
probably a Saint through and through, but, like, he got drafted by the Chargers. It's a little different. With college,
Yeah,
like even with college, it's like the kid still eventually chose to go there at the end of the day.
yeah,
And this is why
I
Jalen's the
don't get
best with
that.
this. Jalen says roll Sooners. He's both.
I seen that,
But he's a great example of both. Like Joe Burrow,
I
an
got a
Ohio
question for
State.
you, though.
Go ahead.
Let's say Dak finishes with 60,000 passing yards in his career, which is doable, 25K in the next
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah, and he's
Um,
clearly only been getting better.
yeah, let's see he does that. Him or Philip Rivers?
Hmm. I think maybe I'd still lean Rivers. I don't know. They're a
I
really
know,
good
but
comparison, though.
I think
They're a
I
really good
think that
comparison.
too. It's because, like, neither of them have, like, a playoff history to win. Rivers did play on the ACL, which is
I'd have to
cool.
see. I'd have to see how Dak does it. I
Yeah,
guess.
because assuming Dak does that, and that means the Cowboys are pretty decent for the next 6 years.
It's just so
Unless he
odd when
leaves.
people are like Herbert, he's just gonna be another Rivers. I'm like, dude, if he's another Rivers, he's rocking out with a gold jacket. He's one
Yeah,
of the top
cool.
1% of football history. Like that's not the
Very good
burn
job.
you think it is. But back to
Very
this
good.
game, what do you think each team should be going after on the other? Like, do you like Kareem Hunt got 30 carries last game, but the Cowboys' run defense been pretty stifling as of lately. So in my opinion, at least I think Dallas should test KC secondary with the weapons that Dallas owns. And as for Kansas City, I think um, I really don't know. I really don't know what they should try to point out. Probably quick game, make their secondary make tackles, try to get the ball out and away from the linebackers. And honestly, blitz wise, the Kansas City's gonna have to come up with something. Tyler Booker put up one of the best games I've seen against Jalen Carter. He played absolutely phenomenal. So they're gonna have to do something, get pressure on Dak. That's kind of my keys to success for both teams.
Yeah, I think getting pressure on Dak is, like, hard inherently because he gets the ball out quick and he
Yes,
makes good decisions now and throws the
and
darts
he's
down the
got
seam.
escapability. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're looking at a top 10 quarterback, and I think I've said this for a while. He's back half of 10 of the league. He's probably closer to, like, 5 to 10. But yeah, so you limit Dak's escapability, keep him in the pocket, and get pressure on him. I love that. And it's gonna sound you have to be able to live with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb eating. Figure out ways where they're picking up 6 yards on a hitch and tackle and wrap. Being able to live with them eating is the only way that you can win football games because they're going to get 12 targets each.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So if you have to figure out a way with both of them, either have them have bad games, and even though CD was having a bad game with the Eagles, they still came back. So like they're the better version of the Bengals, unfortunately.
Yeah, I could see
But
that for Dallas. Dallas has a really like the rushing yards per game won't back it up, but like their run game can be stifling, or rushing defense can be stifling at times.
oh yeah, I know. It's just because they got Quinn Williams now.
And on top of that, their quarterback doesn't turn the ball over at that rate.
Oh yeah, I
Like
mean
between Flacco
Burrow
and
doesn't either.
Browning have a combined 18 interceptions this year.
Oh yeah, I'm saying with Burrow back, but
Well, let's talk about the Bengals while we're at it.
yeah.
3-8 Bengals play 6-5 Ravens. Bengals. I mean, Joe Burrow put it the best way possible. He was like, I would never, be like, oh well, I'm healthy enough, but I'm not going to play. He's like, I this is how I want to play football. I just want to play, which every athlete should be taking that. Like if Jason Tatum comes back and there's 10 games left in the season, if he wants to play basketball, let him play basketball. If he thinks he's good, let him go. But with
He'll be playing all
Burrow,
summer anyway.
I do appreciate that mentality. And when we were talking about the Ravens schedule last week, okay, they lose a close one noted to the Patriots. Defense did a pretty good job that day. How much credit to that is them shaking up Drake May and Drake May playing like a second-year quarterback for once? We'll find out. But the Ravens aren't unbeatable. The Ravens were one of those teams where we're like, okay, once they're healthy, they're going to start rolling. 23-10 against the Jets, that was not a double-digit game. That game was ugly. It was not fun. 23-16 against the Browns, who lost their starting quarterback. Maybe they upgraded. Well, Short didn't play good that game. They lost their starting quarterback, and it wasn't looking great. 27-19 against the Vikings. That was a little bit more dominant than the score may say. But, yeah, just 3 games where I think they really should have let their opponent have it, and I don't think they did. Now, of course, wins are wins in this league. But when you have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on the other side of things, you're more susceptible to possibly losing because those two are absolutely going to gun it out with Lamar Jackson. So I guess I can turn it to you.
One second.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I guess to keep things going about this game, the Bengals are. I mean, they're one of the they're the worst defense in the NFL. That's for absolute certain. As for Baltimore, they're still 6th in rushing yards. I still feel like they can lean on that a little more. Derrick Henry is averaging nearly 5 yards a carry, so he's still doing his thing. For the most part, I would say. But Lamar, he was on the injury list with a toe injury. Last week it was an ankle. Before that it was a knee. So it's I guess I don't know if that's the reoccurring effects of a hamstring injury or he's just getting battered and bruised a lot more than you'd like. The offensive line is not being the unit we might have thought it was going to be heading into the year. But this could be a game where, short week for Lamar. He's already got a couple injuries. Let's give Derrick Henry 30 carries. Let's give him 30 carries against the worst defense in the league. And then one of those times, play action right over the top. Like this could be a game where Lamar has to throw the ball like 15 to 18 times. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. However, if your defense is incapable of going or getting stops against Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and Chase Brown, you're going to unfortunately have to air it out. Don't do that to yourselves. Defense needs to play its role and get the proper stops. That's an issue that the Bengals have. That shouldn't be an issue the Baltimore Ravens have. The Baltimore Ravens should never struggle defensively. Like a college football program in that kind of way. It's like you have an identity even though dudes are flying in and out of the door.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. T's out with a concussion, obviously. That's why I didn't mention him. But yeah.
It's interesting, it's the Ravens haven't looked good at all. Like Lamar's a negative EPA per play. Like people are saying like, oh Lamar's. I know Chris is like, yeah, Lamar's back, we back. Hasn't really been the case.
Wins are wins.
Wins are wins. I'm not. That's kind
But
of.
I hear you though.
Like you have to. In order for me to consider the Ravens like threats in the playoffs, Lamar's got to play better against good defenses like the Browns. Lamar's got to. So, I mean, I think he's going to have a good game against the Bengals defense. Who doesn't? At this point, if you don't, good luck. But I think what we want to see is the Ravens defense also be able to limit Joe Burrow on Thanksgiving night. And it's possible coming back. No T. Higgins, but like Jamar's going to get fed. Burrow has historically made these Mitchell Tinsley and the Yossi Vosses. He's made their career so far for like he elevates their games so much on a consistent basis. So I think seeing Burrow just be able to get the ball out quick, let him run with some tight ends. It sounds strange, but Burrow opens the game up for Chase Brown somehow. I feel like Chase Brown looks so much better with Joe Burrow in the like a quarterback, which is like you're like, oh, Burrow's not a hyper athlete. Why? It's his like random escapability and like suddenness. He has a very suddenness to his game.
I really wish I could see those numbers actually. His career numbers with Burrow versus any other quarterback. But I will say, Chase Brown is on a 5-game streak of 100 plus scrimmage yards. We have 108 rushing yards. Oh, actually, he kind of got nerfed in some of these games because he got negative receiving yards from checkdowns. But yeah, 5 straight games of 100 plus scrimmage yards. Some of these games, it's a little more receiving yards than not. Some games, it's true rushing yards. Against New England, he averaged 5.6 yards a carry. That's more than acceptable. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes down. It should be a fun one, considering the Ravens are playing down to competition and the Bengals got practically nothing to lose and their franchise quarterback is back. So, to wrap up this preview segment, we can talk about the end of the Bears-Eagles alliance this Black Friday. The Eagles host the Chicago Bears. Both teams 8-3. Both coming into this game with extremely different vibes, to say the least. The Philadelphia Eagles have they're coming off one of the worst loss they're going to see all year in a 21-point choke job to Dallas in the Kelly Greens, and the Bears. Bears are coming off 4 straight wins. It really should be like an absolute roll right now, but they blew it to a Tyler Huntley Ravens team. But you got to take what you got. 4-game winning streak heading into Philadelphia. I think the Bears are going to be up against one of the most formidable defenses in the league, at least front 7 wise. However, this could be a real chance to pop the top off of defense. Maybe get a Luther Burden out in space or something like that because Makuba is going to be out. I don't know the status on Reed Blankenship yet, but he might not be fully healthy out there. Corner-wise, Quinyon Mitchell will be there. Adoree Jackson's going to be in concussion protocol, and it's either they go back to Ringo or they put Cooper DeJean on the outside, which hasn't been lovely, to say the least. Now, granted, it is George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, but that was one of the things I was saying about him coming into the NFL. I don't think he was very favorable at outside corner, and plus he's too valuable in the run game. So this could be a real opportunity for the Bears to, find their pass game, find their groove, get guys in the. If Cooper DeJean's going to go outside, throw someone, line up against Michael Carter, who is still one of the better slot corners in the league, but take a shot. You might as well. And if Sidney Brown's going to be back there, you'll have anything you want. So, as for Philadelphia, Bears defense, they're missing 3 linebackers. This is the time to run under center play action and run something behind that. Will they do it? I can't say I expect it because they haven't done it so far. But I will say for Philadelphia, I fully expect this team going forward to be a pass first offense. It's come to that point. In the first quarter and first half, they let Jalen rip the ball like 20 times or whatever it was, and look at the lead it resulted in. He was throwing those tight window throws, and he was making those zone throws. He was hitting AJ Brown. He had 80 something yards in the first half. It was great. So that's
So
where I kind of stand with those teams.
did we ever think we would see a day where the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm talking about the Bears, where the Pittsburgh Steelers were putting up like 26 points a game and just like losing consistently?
That's the Big Ben days, baby.
But yeah, I mean, look, against that battered defense for the Bears, Kenny Gainwell had 10 carries for 92 yards. Warren had 18 carries for 68 yards. Gainwell also had six receptions for 30 yards. On top of that, he had a hell of a day. 122 all-purpose yards. And the way to limit this Bears defense is to take advantage of these subpar linebackers. And TJ Edwards might be back, former Eagle. There might be a few players that might be back, but I think the reality is you want to expose these linebackers. And I believe Jalen Johnson should be back, right? Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon.
Yeah. And that's going to be a huge help to their secondary for sure.
Yeah, I mean, their secondary wasn't a problem. DK had 5 catches for 22 yards. Like, that's about it. I mean, it's more so about wrapping. But yeah, I mean, the Bears' offense is going to be the question. Can the Eagles limit it? The Eagles have done that so far in the NFC North against the Packers, against the Lions. Can they do it against probably the best offense in that division this year?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. But with that being said, we can get into what our last segment will be, and it is what each team is thankful for. And this can kind of be a little bit of a rapid fire. We can start in the NFC. NFC North, the Chicago Bears. What are they most thankful for?
Caleb Williams.
I'd say Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, maybe. Yeah, it's Caleb
Ben Johnson,
plus
Caleb
Ben.
Williams. It's a toss
Maybe
up.
it's Caleb
Doesn't
plus.
matter.
Maybe it's Caleb plus Ben.
Well, Ben is bringing the most out of Caleb, so I guess you would have to go to the cause before the effect.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers. Michael Parsons.
That's
or
100%.
Emmanuel Wilson, who won me my fantasy game last week.
Keeping you alive. You can backdoor a playoff spot.
I have to backdoor you, son. You are the person ahead of me.
Hunter can lose too. Relax.
But he has more points than you. But I play him down the road, so we'll figure that out.
If you beat him, you're in. If I win out, we're good. We're good. We got it.
Detroit Lions.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'll say Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs has gotten them out of some tough situations. Vikings.
9.
No. I'll say Kevin O'Connell. The head coach. Kevin O'Connell.
I'm gonna say their defensive coordinator, Brian Flores.
It's a good enough answer. Let's go to the South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Gotta go Todd Bowles. He's kind of the only thing that's remaining consistent. I mean, that Rams game was ugly, but what are you supposed to do? Your team's down off like to their hands and knees.
I'm gonna say Egbuka.
Okay.
Because it's more so the fact that you go from Evans and then you get another franchise receiver in Egbuka like right away.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I do have to note Tataroa. He hasn't had his bye week, but he's coming. But we can talk about the Panthers. What are they most thankful for?
I don't know, man. They're so inconsistent.
I'll say Rico Dowdle. He gave him like that good mid-season like push urge. Or I could say the defense. Really, defense has been way better than what we thought it was going to be.
I thought their run defense is going to be decent. I like their D line. I like Derek Brown. But Probably a lot on Canales. I might give him Canales.
I'll just say the defense. Atlanta Falcons. Ooh. I'll say Bijan.
Bijan,
Bijan, Drake London.
Kyle Pitts.
Those two guys have showed up. New Orleans Saints. The 2026 NFL Draft.
Olave in the draft.
I'll just say the draft. Eagles. Howie Roseman.
Saquon Barkley. Oh.
I'll just say Howie Roseman.
I'm going to say Jalen Hurts.
Fair answer. Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to go with Schottenheimer because me included, Gabe, we were planning to give Schottenheimer some crap, but I think he's done pretty good, all things considered. Or Dak.
Pickens.
Or like Pickens. There's a lot of directions you can go to.
They said Pickens looked like prime Julio against the Panthers. On that catch against Kuechly.
He was moving different. The Commanders, Jaden Daniels, even though he's not healthy at the moment, that's your star. You've got your guy.
Oh, that's what you're thankful for sure.
Yeah. And what else do you got going on?
And we saw the regression coming. We all saw it.
What what regression is there to be? With the team in general? Yes. Giants. It's got to be Jackson Dart, right? I mean, it's been their only stroke of hope.
I'm saying Scatterboo because they love him.
I'll say them too. Their rookie duo.
Yo, they love Scatterboo. He's also 100% at CTE at this point.
Yeah, probably.
He's like, he said, chat. Can we see if we get Chad to jump off sides? Green Eddie.
Yeah, his streams have been the best. Let's go to the Rams. Stafford's clone.
Yo, I think it's having the best receiving duo in the NFL.
Yeah, Puka and Adams. That's a good one. Seahawks, JSN.
Is that a question? This dude's going to break the NFL record.
Yeah, I mean, he should be very much in the MVP conversation.
Yo, look, Jerry didn't win MVP ever, did he?
No.
So
Jerry Rice never walked away with a most valuable player. Some of the most unbelievable stuff ever.
I think the NFL is a little hesitant to give the MVP to a receiver because they don't want to.
Because Jerry never got one.
Because of Jerry Rice.
Yeah, Eli was saying to him, he's like, you have every record except one. And Jerry was like, I don't have a record. And he was talking about Peyton Manning's rookie interception record. Let's go to the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan.
Yo, he
can make do with anybody.
Yep. Pretty damn good.
Cardinals.
The lack of Kyler Murray.
I'm going Max Melton.
Gannon.
Yeah. Let's go over to the AFC. AFC North. The Ravens.
Lamar Jackson.
I'll say Lamar. Yeah, I'll go with Lamar too.
We said
Steelers. This should be an interesting one. Steelers should be an interesting one. I'll say good old TJ.
Darnell Washington.
Darnell got beat for a sack, man. I don't know. He's not the promising left tackle end.
Dude, he's such a weird player. Like he said, keep it a buck. He said, keep it a buck. I'm 310.
Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow's toe ligament getting it together.
Turf toe.
Such a cute name for like the Hitler of injuries.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns. Them finally getting it right. Shador Sanders. To the south. Colts got to be Jonathan Taylor, right? Or Shane Steichen.
I'm good, Taylor.
Yeah, Will Taylor. Jaguars. The defense.
To the defense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be their defense. Texans. I'll say Hunter and Anderson.
D line. Yeah.
Yeah, just the defense is crazy.
D'Amico Ryans.
Titans, as bad as the Titans are, they do have something to be thankful for. I do think they might have a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, Cam Ward. If his receivers
He was playing some of his
didn't have,
best throws on tape against Seattle.
yeah, if Cam Ward had like competent receivers
He's a beast. He's
and not
he's obviously
if
still
he
making
didn't,
rookie mistakes. He's going to be so good.
if he didn't have Van Jefferson and
Respect DK.
Tyler Lockett and Van Jefferson are his two receivers.
Yeah, that is true. But Chimere DK, he's elite.
He's a beast.
Let's go to the AFC East. And if we were doing this in any other year, it'd be starting with the Bills. But we're back to starting with the Patriots. Drake May.
Drake May.
Yes. Buffalo Bills. Still got to be Josh Allen, right? I mean,
Haley Steinfeld.
maybe. This team is nothing without Josh Allen. It's so bad.
I will say it's an honorable mention to James Cook because
yeah, James Cook too. Dolphins.
One less year to his contract.
Maybe they should be thinking the forward march of time. I'll go Jalen Waddle though. He's been a bright spot in this weird season. And the New York Jets, the 2026 draft.
Aaron Glenn.
And those first round picks they got from Dallas and
Cowboys.
Indiana. Yeah, the draft is going to be something to look forward to for them.
I do think Aaron Glenn is a good coach. I do think he's handled a team with minimal roster talent. And I do love what they've been using out of John Mechie since these trades.
Yeah. They're slowly but surely figuring a thing or two out over there, at least for next year. Let's go to our last division, AFC West. Denver Broncos. The defense.
I want to say defense, but I also want to say Sean Payton.
Sean Payton's a more than fine answer. He's the head coach there.
Like, he also turned the team around.
That is true.
Like, if we're just looking at this year, I want to say the defense, but all those signings too. Maybe I give it to Elway.
Maybe. Chargers. I'll go Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I like Herbert here.
Yeah.
Chiefs. McConkey.
Chiefs. They should be thankful that they have one of the 3 greatest quarterbacks to ever lace them up. Or this
15.
team would be 0-11.
Not 9. We got 15.
1-5. The Grim Reaper. When things are grim. The Raiders.
Tom Brady being in the ownership.
The idea of getting an offensive line for Ash and Jency.
It's legit just Tom Brady being an owner.
Yeah. Tom will help figure things out over there. But that is our pretty much Thanksgiving special, I guess if you want to call it. Again, Chris should be back next week. What am I thankful for, man? Thankful for the fam. Thankful for my girlfriend. Thankful for the guys. Thankful for my dogs. Thankful for Popeyes.
Yo, Popeyes.
Thankful for Jalen Hurts, Jason Tatum. Thankful for.
This is one thing I'm thankful for.
Football.
Ad read Orange Cream Coke. Go try it out.
I am going to try that out later. But thank you guys for tuning in. Again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Audio listeners, leave a like, 5-star review. From AP New Freezer, Danny, Cole. Thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. We'll catch you guys next week.